Okay. All my matter. Can anybody see me now? Everybody can see me now. Let's see. I think we're actually streaming out now. And there goes the notifications for those that have not made it here. All right, let's get it started, people. Y'all probably heard the voiceover as we got started, but we came tonight, and I hope everybody's getting their notifications, doing very good on a Sunday evening. Um, and like I said, this is a video that's a little bit different than what we normally bring. This video is really designed to do what this channel is designed to do, is actually help some people, possibly help themselves, possibly get to the point where they can actually branch out in time and do their own thing, but actually come into this industry and be properly trained and receive the skill sets to be included with the job, and not just get a position, run loads, and hope for the best. This video tonight is really here to help some people that may have equipment, and like I said, truck and trailer, and they're on the last end of putting things together, and they really don't want to go through some of the things that you have to go through in the first 3 months of a new authority. They would like to lease on and learn some things from some of the best people in the industry that have a vast plethora of knowledge about Hot Shot, have been doing it a long time. They have indeed done their 10,000 hours. And I came to embrace what they're going on and help push what they have going on. One person in particular, y'all have seen him on the channel before. This gentleman right here, I call him the Beast from the East, the Caucasian me. He doing some spectacular things up there with a company, and we're gonna talk about that in just a moment. But we're gonna give everybody a chance to get their notifications and properly get on there. He'll drop a comment, let me know you're in here so we can get these shout outs going on. And we're gonna bring some people in from backstage. Let me check the guests. We got the guest still back there. Ooh, my guy looking like he freshly ready. It's bureau clock over there, my friend. It look like it's bureau clock over there with my boy over there. Two thumbs up, baby. Yes, sir. It's beer 30. Okay. Hey man, I love guys that work hard and don't mind laughing sometimes. It's cool. It's a cool thing. I would say a lot of stuff that y'all gonna be like, what is he talking about? I'm just a country boy that trying to make a dollar. And one thing about it, we trying to help some people do some things that really swing their lives in some other direction. So I'm not gonna prolong. We started, and I'm not gonna prolong too long, but I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get their opportunity. And like I said, we do some shout outs, some roll calls in here in the comments, cause I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. We trying to see if we can help somebody do 1,000 move for $1,000 and see how fast they can get it done. Hmm. That be the main objective, I think. Get you some money. Tell them, man, I'm so sorry about that Baron, man. One thing about it, you know it inside and out. If anybody can fix it, I know you can. We been there and done that, Big Daddy. Hot shot scurry. That sound like in a hurry. Yes, sir. Tasha Tivity, love you, sweetie. All my metal. He all over the place. Neil. All right. Okay, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Neil. Neil, congratulations, man. That's a new Class A CDL holder right there. Mr. Neil over there in Georgia. Congratulations. Manuel, good to see you. Kendall, Mr. John, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ryan, as usual, in here. JD. Yeah, like I said, I am a little late. I had an extra guest that we're gonna pop up in here and let them talk about what they got going on. 'Cause it's some big stuff be going on. Y'all think me because it's a little truck, and that man, that authority does the same thing that a lot of other stuff does. So don't worry about how little the truck is. Just figure out how big your heart is and can you do the work and make it happen every day. Gotta do what? Stay on the grind all the time. Check out that merch in the description. First of all, I also like to drop a plug in there for the sponsor for the night video, tabs, Trans Am Finance. If you're looking for factoring, you want to get paid very quickly, very efficiently, pure discounts. I'm gonna do a commercial later on. Well, we've been sponsored for them for a long time. And like I said, I have done a whole lot of business. I'm talking when I say I did a whole lot of business, put a whole lot of money through that system, and I've gotten every single dime of my money, every single dime of it throughout the course of time. And I think they're really good at what they do. They got some really good integrated systems, really good apps and things like that that help you get the money on time, in order, every time. And I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing but hallelujah for that because that's a time where I really did need my money starting out, especially even now. Sometimes I need my money quick, fast, and a hurry. And if it could be there today or if it could be there tomorrow, that's cool. But if it could be there in 20 minutes, mm, we're gonna figure out who doing 20 minutes. They doing 20 minutes. So check them out in the description, link in the description, check them out. We got that, like I said, that merch down there too. But without further ado, we in here. We're gonna turn it down a little bit, and we're gonna talk about some real important stuff right here about how to get some folks some money. Yes, sir. If you would do what you gotta do, share this. If you're new to the live, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We got a hell of a backstage area going on. Hot shot, total hot shot solution. Shout out from Chattanooga. Jam is cool. Yeah, bro. Chattanooga, man. THS. Al Nelson, what's up, brother? ATJ, my guy. 10 speed and Little Red Wagon. What's up, Julia? So first of all, we're gonna start out with the beast from the east, the Caucasian meat. When I tell you this guy right here really epitomizes what I like to call on the grind all the time. I'm talking about really took heed to what was going on. Got the real blueprint from it now, like real live blueprint on everything that really got to happen and how you put it in place and how you make it be as big as you want it to be, scale it at the pace you want it to. And it really paid off so many ways for this guy. And like I said, I'm not taking any credit at all. I just say what he told me. That's what he told me. I don't know what happened for real, but this what he did. If it's a lie, he told it to me. But like I said, presenting the song, introducing the other, the beast from the east, the Caucasian me, all my matter. Oh, let's see. Let's get him in here.
There he is.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good night. What's going on? What you know, Joe?
What's up with you, man? How you doing today?
Man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we blessed to be here. And like I said, I just really wanted to come and say what's up to you, bring you on here, introduce you to some people, let you talk about what you got going on and how it might just help some people that might have the right mindset to do what we
Well,
do.
you are the gift that keeps on giving. I gotta say that. From day one when I started running my truck till now, the information that I've got from you has been so invaluable. And I just want to take a second and thank you for that before I move on to say what I have to say. Is much love. Ain't no internet buddies here. We're going to Costa Rica for our
No,
birthday this year.
no,
So that wouldn't have been possible without your mentorship and stuff like that. So I just want to get that out of the way. But the reason for being here tonight is we at Ohio Hauler are scaling. We just spent the past year and a half expanding, which is getting the proper policies and procedures in place, dispatchers, driver qualifications, um, and Ohio Hauler is a family. We are all a family. It is a team. It is a team effort. There's not one person over here that doesn't work their ass off on a daily basis, from Carrie and Justin and myself down to Madison, Emma, Danielle, Abby, Tara, Malia. We got a squad. I mean, we got a squad, and I'm really excited because it's time to scale, man. So we're looking for qualified owner operators that are ready to get on the road. Uh, and so here we are.
Okay, that's a great introduction, and like I say, man, it's always great to have you on the channel. We appreciate all the super chats. We all know that super chats do go to feed the homeless, the less fortunate, and all the people in the community that we can find that might perhaps want a nice breakfast on a Saturday or Sunday morning. At least once a month, we do that. So we appreciate all the super chats and everything of that nature. All my matter always comments about the super chats because he knows what I do. Even when I wasn't making videos about it, he knows what I be doing. And he's always been a great supporter. He's always been there when it was time to do it. He always put his 2 cents in, no matter where he is, no matter how far he is out on the road, no matter if he's coming home this week, next week, or 5 weeks from now. He'll holler at me on the phone. He always contribute, always give me an uplifting word about what I'm doing. And with this high shot game, with life, us as men, a lot of time we lack the actual emotional capacity to actually pat another man on the back when he doing good and give him some encouragement to keep pushing him on to the finish line or wherever he trying to go. And I truly appreciate all my matter doing that for me. Sometimes when it ain't nobody else to say, keep going with that, bro. Yeah, yeah, I know it's raining, but go ahead and do that and get on back in there, bro. I know it is what it is, and I appreciate it. So it's much love, and it's a good reason why I personally wanted all my matter to come holler at y'all, because this is not an internet promotion. This is not an ad, pre-roll, prepaid ad. This ain't he finna kick me $20 because I done did this. This is a company that is unlike any other company I know, because I vetted this company myself. And that's the one thing I want to say. I want to put my stamp on this before we even start. I'm gonna put stamp on it from the beginning, because I know what these guys do for real. They got right here. I know what this guy do for real on a daily basis, and I know what his people do. And it's one thing to get on the website and it says, hey, you want to be a carrier, you want to be a driver, come lease on with us. And you don't know these people. These people are out there in internet land, and they're doing their thing. And there are a lot of really bad horror stories of people running $10,000 and $15,000, $20,000 worth of freight, never ever getting paid, and things
Yeah.
like that. So this one of them things where I really wanted to bring somebody when I did decide to do something like this, that I truly understand that they understand. They got right there. They understand what it takes to keep the ball rolling. They got the money to support what he trying to do right now. So without a little further ado, I want you to go in depth with what are some of your qualifications, your criteria. Tell them a little something about the company, how it's made up. Let them know this ain't fly by night. No, by no mean,
No,
this ain't fly by night. Go ahead, all my
no,
man.
it's not fly by night. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like you just said a minute ago, you can jump online and find companies that you won't know until it's too late that are fly by night. And by then you're bankrupt and they got your money. So you really have to be careful. And that's why I'm going to start this by saying the name of our company is Ohio Hauler LLC, and that's singular, no S on the end. So again, it's Ohio Hauler LLC. We're based out of Willard, Ohio, and we just obtained a brokerage. So we're going to be expanding in that area as well. But in the meantime, we need more owner operators. And we're going to be getting equipment to lease trailers and stuff. So down the road, we'll be venturing in that area as well. But for now, if you have a 2015 or newer truck, and same thing with a trailer, as long as your equipment is up to spec and it's well taken care of and you maintain it, then we're going to bring you on. Um, so again, it's Ohio Hauler LLC, DOT number 3192982. And when you come on with us, you're getting a team, and it's a family, all of us. 15 trucks that we have. We just got a semi. We're putting a driver in that. The girls in the office, we're all a team. It is a family. And I can promise you this, if you sign on with us and you are family oriented and you take care of that authority as like we do, you won't hear anything from us. You'll take a picture of your load and your BOL, and you'll be on the road. All you'll hear from me is, have a nice trip. So in the process of scaling is what we're doing now is, in order for me to come out of the truck and justify that position, we have to get to a certain truck count. I'd say 5 more, maybe 8, which is going to happen very quickly because, like I said, our policies and procedures are in place from the first initial phone call until you touch that truck. There's some paperwork involved, but don't let it overwhelm you. It's just paperwork. It's just paperwork, so we can say, hey, we told you about that. You signed to it. Don't let the paperwork overwhelm you. It's really not that serious. And again, we have an impeccable safety record, and that speaks volumes because when you go through that scale house, that safety score is everything. Okay, so when it comes time to scale a business like this, you have to have a safety and compliance officer in place to protect the authority and you guys out there on the road as well. We're there to keep DOT out of your pockets and ours as well, and keep you safe going down the road. We want long-term employees. We don't want guys to come on and 2-3 weeks and go, oh, this isn't for me. So we're gonna implement
Say
training
that
first.
again. Say that. Say that again, and
Which
then
which
go on
part?
to your training.
Oh, the
The
training.
part
Yeah. So
about
that's
the
so that's another
the two
benefit.
3 week guy, the 3 4 week 1 month guy,
Yeah.
the
So
3 month guy, the 2 month guy.
So what we're going to
Say
do to
that again.
combat that is we're going to train like you do. I'm following your method. If you don't train them,
Okay, got
you're going to have stuff like this, So,
man,
um,
it too serious.
it's a beautiful thing because you're going to get trained by me and Justin as well. He's a goat. We're both goats in this industry, and we can help you come out here and hit a home run day one. And in order for that to happen, you got to be properly trained. And so that's what we're going to do.
I made $10,000 on my hot shot the first week. Hold on, wait a
Thank you for saying that. That's another
minute.
That's another thing, have reasonable
We got to
expectations.
keep it real.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Keep it real.
have
Keep it
reasonable
real.
expectations. So I guess I'll start with, when you first start, you're going to get a certificate of entry level driver training. Very simple. Sign your name to it. It goes in your file. And you got to do a road test with Justin or myself. And then it's just acknowledgement of pay policies, what you do in the event of a lease termination, what you do with your stickers in your lease agreement, your IFTA stickers if you have them. And signing on with us is an 80-20 split, and that covers IFTA, IRP. Let me grab a list actually so I could be more accurate for you. Actually, I got to get it from a different spot, but it's all basic trucking
Yeah,
stuff when you
just
sign on.
turn your camera off and run off and grab it right quick, and we can still hear you. You can run off and grab it. Oh, but like I said, this is one of those rare moments, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. This may not come around in this form. I don't know, man. I really don't know because it's one thing for a person to come on. I could have came on and said that I'm hiring, I'm doing a whole lot of owner operator stuff, and it's me telling you. But it's a rare opportunity where somebody that really knows that this guy knows can hook you up with somebody that really knows. So that's one of them things. Where you at? All
I'm right
miles and
here.
miles. Okay.
Carrie sent it
All
to
right, you
me
back.
on Vox. Yeah, Carrie sent it to me on Voxer, which I can't, but I know it by heart. 80-20 covers your IFTA, your IRP, and it
Okay.
also, we pay half of your insurance. So whatever your insurance quote is, we pay a portion of that, which helps a lot. So the better your driving record, the better insurance you're going to have, better rate that is. So that's another qualification.
That's
Your
big.
point. What's that?
I said that's big.
Yeah, you're missing. You're not on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I got my screen turned off. I just want them to be able to focus on you while you give your part. Yeah, but that's big, you guys. Just what he said about your driving record has a major impact on what the insurance terms are going to be, and that they're going to help support you on the insurance with the split that's in place. That's a really, really advantageous thing for a newer guy coming out trying to bring his overhead down. And I'm gonna let you go ahead and continue to talk about that.
Yep. So we're going to train. That's going to be, I'm going to do safety and compliance, and we're going to do a hotshot trucking training course. Um, Oftentimes I get the question, how come you don't have a YouTube channel? How come you're not sharing everything you know about the industry on YouTube? And honestly, the answer is I just don't have any interest in it. I don't have Facebook and Snapchat and all that stuff. I just don't have an interest in it, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't and I held off on it because now I have some really valuable information that's going to be passed on to each and every one of our owner operators and drivers. Um, so we're also a dispatch service. So if you need help with dispatching, call us. Ohio Hauler LLC, Willard, Ohio. The phone number is 419-951-6315. Tell them All Miles Matter sent you. So once we fill these last couple positions, 5 or 10 trucks or so, I'm going to come out of the truck and be training. So pretty excited for that. But that's basically it. CDL is recommended. Obviously, the more capacity you have, the more money you will make. Um, we are taking on non-CDL guys, but I'd say that with caution. And the reason I say that is the one main reason is financial. Non-CDL hotshot used to be very, very affordable to get into, but now, you're on par with CDL rigs. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to go spend that money on a non-CDL setup if you're just going to get your CDL and come out later. So I recommend get your CDL, get a CDL setup, come over to Ohio Hauler LLC, let us train you and put you out on the road so you hit home runs immediately. Like you always said back, video number 1 or 2 you made said, if you could just avoid getting clotheslined by all the things that I got clotheslined by, you'll do well. And that's what happened. I wrote down every little thing you got clotheslined by, and I hit home runs. Like literally, I don't miss, man. And like you
Nah.
said, I'm vetted. Anything I have to say, you can call the office and ask. So
That's why we made the channel, man. Save people 20, 30, 40, $50,000 worth of headaches throughout the first year of starting a new business and actually putting people in a position to win and be profitable and actually put themselves in a position to be financially free on a lot of levels. Like I said, it's a lot of level to this trucking. And like I said, there's no such thing as getting your feet wet.
hey,
And, huh? Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just noticed that Carrie and Justin are in the comments. Okay, so anything that I say that's not exactly right, they're correcting me, and it says "Life on the Road, Building the Empire." So
Okay,
if
life on
I
the road, building the empire. What's up? What's up? What's up?
yeah, they got my back. See what I'm saying? It's a
No, no,
family, bro.
no IRP. That's the thing about what you said. Okay, you guys, it's an 80-20 cover. The IFTA and the HUD, which is your 2290, and the factory. No IRP. You pay for your own plates now because that's one of those things about being an owner operator. Uh, you need those plates to move your truck around, and if things dissolve, that plate is on you. That's your plate. You take it with you. No big deal. Um, a lot of carriers you'll see where they'll put in that, hey, we buy your plates. Well, if the deal terminates, you have to unplate that truck, and I don't know how you get that home, but you do some kind of way. I don't know. So that's a good thing. Life on the road, building the empire. Good to have you here. One Mike, good to have you here. Anthony Terry, Kendall Jones, Wallace. Don't forget the super chats. High Shot Benny, gang around, gang. High Shot Benny, what's up, baby? You around there with y'all hustling selves? We over here
So
with
Anthony
Ohio
Terry says
haulers, man.
he
Go
says,
ahead,
how do
Anthony
we go
Terry.
about signing up? To go about signing up, if you have your equipment and you're ready to go, just call the office. Ask to speak with Danielle. She does
The
the driver
number's at the
qualification.
bottom.
What's that?
The number is at the bottom.
Yep, yep. It's Ohio Hauler singular. There's no S on the end, just so you're aware when you're looking us up.
Oh, let me
It's
change
okay.
that, you guys. Let me
It's
edit that.
everybody does it, man. I'm serious. I have to correct everybody, so it's
Let's
just like my
roll it the
last name.
right
It's
way.
Johnston, but they always do
They say
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey man, ohiohauler.com. You guys pop in there and check out the website and get in there and just tell them a few things that may be necessary as far as equipment, because we do have some qualifications, and we want to be realistic about everything. Now we I ain't excluding nobody depending on, because we know mechanics. Like, you could come in with an '03 Dodge Ram, but it probably need to have a Suncoast transmission and some 410s in it, and you can show me where you did this, and this, and it's bulletproof. And yeah, we might, hey, some might go for that, but hey, some stuff is just not realistic. So I want you to touch on that as far as equipment goes, and what you're looking for, because it's some things that people think can do a lot of stuff, but it really ain't for that.
Yeah, and that's another benefit of signing on with us is not only am I going to be training and helping in that aspect, but we're going to have a maintenance department so we can help our owner operators out of jams. We're going to put together a parts truck, because it's like I said, it's a family. If you got a load on your trailer and you break down, it's on us as a carrier to get that load to go where it has to go, regardless if you are responsible enough to do it. So it's a family. We work together on everything when it comes to that. So it's just a beautiful thing to be able to come together with all you guys and get this stuff out there, and it's just amazing. So
I
again,
got, hey man,
I
I
can
I
barely
can't
hear you.
I can't iterate it enough. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't reiterate enough how much this is a team effort. Um, Even if you're not with my company, you're not with All Mile Matter company, you're not with our other guest company, you got people in your area that you should get acquainted with over the period of time of you being out here, that when stuff happens, you can juggle and you can help each other. You can bounce off each other. You know what I'm saying? We got a good brother up in here, Benny, swang through with the Hemi. We saw call hot shot Benny with the Hemi. Benny to burn through how many cells of tire? I love it. You make that 8 speed pop with his poster pop. Oh, that's a six. Hold on, that's a six. He got that stick. Drop it in second and see if you can hold it, baby boy. But at the
All right.
same time, man, we got Benny up in here, and like I said, we got another guest that's gonna come, and I want to bring him on out, and I want some people to ask some questions about some things. But we talking about some stuff tonight that's abnormal to the YouTube high shot game. You don't see this. This is something you don't see. So I'm gonna bring somebody else in here that really knows what's going on. And when I talk about scale and steps, it's all kind of
Mm-hmm.
more steps, and this being chess, not checkers. This is another guy that I can honestly say, when I get to talking about stuff like this, me and him think on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? We just on different sides of the country, but we think on the same wavelength about a lot of stuff. And those things that we have difference of opinions about, we cool enough to have different opinion. You roll your way, I roll my way, and get what? We all just cool, man. And it's good to know people that have such a broad outlook on the future, and such a big brain. I don't even know how to even express it. Dude got a big brain, man, for this trucking stuff. And I like the way he thinks, and I like talking with him. The conversations always get real deep. It's never petty stuff. It's always moving on some bigger, better type of, like I say. But
Let me
presenting
answer.
some.
I got a couple
Oh, go ahead.
questions to answer before you bring him on.
Okay,
One,
okay, okay.
Neil says, do you guys assist in maintaining compliance? Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be my job. And I'm telling you, I'm a beast. So compliance, yes, we're going to help you with that. We're going to make sure you're safe out there on the road and that you're passing your DOT
Oh,
inspections. Because if you're
it's
passing
a
your DOT inspections, we're going to leave
fool.
you alone. We don't want to be all up in your business.
It
So
it's a
What else?
Full
Let's see here.
service
Yes, we
company.
just
It's a full service lease. It's a full service company. Like from the point where you pull up to the point you get paid, this is a full service deal here.
yeah,
These folks
definitely.
got you faded. They ain't hitting you out there and throwing you out there to the wolves and sending you to Seattle just to ride out there in the snow. This ain't what that is.
Yes, we
Nah.
do dispatch for CDL and non-CDL.
Crank
You
it
know,
up. Y'all see the phone number at the bottom of the website. Y'all get in there.
I'm just looking at other questions here. What trailer is best for CDL Hotshot? It doesn't. I'm not going to get into the trailer thing. As long as you know how to maintain them, they're all the same. And that is the God's honest truth. It's all in your
Hmm.
maintenance, you know. And yes, semi and Hotshot. Yep, both. So we're taking both.
Yep. And like say,
We
it's one.
to be honest with you, I prefer CDL and semi. I really hope down the line that maybe we're going to get rid of non-CDL just because there's a lot of reasons why. It's, the liability, the stress it puts us our dispatchers under when they got to search for loads that are under 8,000, 9,000 pounds for you all day. I mean, we've had them go home in tears, and that's not what we want. So it's
Nah,
going to be
listen,
a
I
lot
get
easier
I.
on you and a lot easier on us if you have your CDL and the proper equipment to do the job.
Yep. 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 And that makes a hell of a difference.
Wow. My aunt's on here. I just noticed my aunt Joanne and Elmira is on here.
Hey, Joe, Uncle Mike, what's up in the
Full
house?
circle.
Man, this my guy right here, y'all. If y'all didn't know it, man, this is all Miles Matter, man, a frequent patron of the channel. He's always in here to lend some good game for you guys and good knowledge about CDL, non-CDL. Both of us, I would consider to be pretty good at what we do. And not to toot any horns or anything like that. I would just say when a man gets up every morning, puts his shoes on, puts his clothes on, and gets up and he works and he gives his all for his prerequisite amount of time every day, and he is justly compensated. You cannot be mad. Can't argue with the man. So get what? They one of them people that does that, and I got another guy that had more definitely done his 10,000 hours. I don't want to neglect my last guest because if it's about to get a little bit heavy up in here.
the
It,
best
it
part
really
about
is.
the best part about this relationship, you, myself, Holland Cash, we both have all three of us have enough trucks in the area. You're down there in the Mississippi. We only run east of the Mississippi, Georgia up. So Holland Cash has his lanes he runs. We have ours. You have yours. If we ever have a truck issue, and we're one phone call away, man. I mean, there's really not a
Oh
problem. We're
yeah,
not.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm plated to go to Egypt. I don't care. I don't care. I'm plated to go to Egypt. $80,000 way across there. I don't care.
yeah.
Is it paying
So
right? That's the question. That's the only question I got. What it pay?
Holland Cash is also expanding. Bring him in.
Yeah, I most definitely will present the song and introducing the others. My guy D, the boy, do it nice. Hauling cash. What I like to do, man, what I like to say, one of my favorite loads ever have been just by pretty much it was a COD. When I pulled up, I got cash. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yes, sir, buddy.
What's up,
But
man?
hey man, hauling cash. Y'all
There
might
he
not
is,
know
Uncle
this
Danny.
guy.
What's happening?
Like he hey, get what y'all know him, y'all don't know me. Y'all know him, but y'all don't know me. That dude right there really has some good content, and I want to introduce him.
Thank you.
D D I took a liking to your content, D. And it ain't because you speak with a whole lot of knowledge and sense, which you do, which I like that. I don't like to waste my time listening to nonsense. But you are one of the more down to earth guys that deals with the type of headaches that we as real owners deal with, and that is in. And I ain't gonna tell you being in the tag bracket that you be moving stuff around, and you ain't got your on your shoulder.
Man, I tell you, I mean, some of the headaches we have now, I mean, when I was driving a truck, I wouldn't even have guessed it was even a problem. Like I would have never have thought you had these headaches. Like people in the back office, I'm like, they get disregarded sometimes. And then you get in the back office and you realize like there's 97 levels past just driving that truck. And then you start dealing with some of the headaches. And as you grow, the only thing that changes is a zero at the end of the problem. I mean, it might go from 60 to 600 to 6,000 to 60,000 to, 60 million, depending on how big you get. And it's just, I got friends that every time I talk to him, he's like, man, every time I've answered the phone today, it's cost me $600, and it's like, God, and they're above me, man. And I'm just like, as long as we can stay healthy and happy and doing the right things and making money in the industry, and it can make us money and take care of our household, I'm blessed. I can't complain about the problems that we deal with as long as we know how to deal with them. And if we don't know how to deal with them, then you get that level of experience of learning it. So it's fun. It's enjoyable.
It is when you do it right. It really is.
You do it wrong.
I say that a lot, don't it, man? Like,
Yeah.
It get rough. It don't take long either, man. Like you'll figure it out that it ain't gonna work the way you think it's gonna work. But Howley Cash, it's a rare opportunity, man. I really been meaning to have you on. I'm new to this StreamYard thing. I really don't know exactly how it works. I just know if you're already linked up with the person in your contacts, you can send them a notification to come in the back room. But it was a couple of times I really wish I could have done it while we were in progress because I see you, but I didn't know how to bring you in. And it's
Right.
really a pleasure to have you.
That's an honor to be
I
here,
want
man.
some guys, cause man, you like you're one of those type of guys that I really admire in the trucking game, and it's not because of how much money you make. It's just how you continuously deal with the issues and you surpass your expectations on how you deal with them a lot of times just because you're willing to work. You're willing to stay up and figure out what you don't know. You're willing to drive 700, 800 miles to see something you haven't seen before and see how it really works and why they're charging you what they're charging you to do what they do. You're that type of guy, and I like it because that's what it takes to get beyond just moving freight.
Well, I mean,
And
you gotta. I
that's
mean, not to
critical.
cut you off, but I mean, it's one of these things that, like, if you're in trucking and all you're trying to do in trucking is drive the truck, that's A level. And then, when you're trying to open up your own authority, that's A level. And then when you're trying to expand on that authority and add drivers in, that's A level. And I think everybody in trucking is at a different level. I just think that a lot of people that were on YouTube sometimes were putting out information to folks that wasn't depictive of where they were, and so they're giving them information like, hey man, make $30,000 in a night. And it's like, bro, that doesn't even happen. Like that's such a crock of crap. Like if you follow this advice that some of these folks put out, you're going to end up bankrupt. And then you got to look. And my thing is, I tell folks, like, just look around your house, man, and think of the people that you let down if you don't do this correctly. Because I mean, the realistic way that this game goes is the moment this camera turns off and you have to face the electric bill. That's where reality sets in, and it don't ever set in when people just see an edited video and it's nice and pretty. It's you've got to be. I'm in the office at 5 a.m. I'm at home at 7 o'clock at night, and then I'm on the phone probably till 9 o'clock at night with random people
On the
calling.
grind all the time.
That's it, dude. You got to be. You got to be. It's
On the grind all the time.
It never ends.
Hell never stop. It can't stop. It can't stop because money gets spent way faster than it get made. And I keep trying to tell these folks the same thing over and over and over again. Once you get this snowball going, it is indeed a snowball. And can you catch it? Can you ride the wave? Can you duck it? Can you get around it? Can you last? Ooh.
dude. I mean, it was so humbling, man. Like coming in with all the experience I had and then being like brand new equipment and then that just crapping out within 6 months, bro, you would never like, you don't even get to the humility level until you're like, man, I know 10 moves left, 10 moves right, 10 moves ahead, and 10 moves back. And I didn't see this happening. And it was like, once I stepped back and I looked at it all, I was like, man. And then you're at a predicament. Like, what do you do? Do you double down? Do you stick it out? Do you go back to what you know? Do you put your last dollar in the game to see if you can ride the wave again? Or do you chalk it up as an L and move on? You know, that's where, you know, it's painful.
And I want to,
It's painful.
I want to plug something right quick for my guy. I got a partner. His Instagram is Veterans OTR. Sort of a similar situation. He's got a truck on there. If you guys need some serious mechanical parts, some transmission, some differentials, Allison this and front end that and front diff that, go check out Veterans OTR on Instagram. And y'all might want to get in his inbox. He got all that diff stuff that you might need, all that old stuff. He got a really nice, I think 4500 that he's parting out. He had a catastrophic engine failure. And I just want to drop that in there because he trying to do what all of us trying to do, and that's make it. And like I say, it's a point in time where certain stuff occur. You have to tighten your ass up and just try and make it and keep
Hmm.
on pushing to a better day. So no down talk or nothing. I just wanted to plug that in there, man, because like I say, if you're needing some parts on a very new model truck, they are expensive. Y'all might could work something out. You never know, because
Hmm.
everybody got to cross that road. My homeboy just told y'all brand new equipment stuff just, and I was the technician. I was the guy pushing his truck in the corner like screw his truck because if somebody over here got a not warranted truck gonna pay me 30 hours to do his 21-hour job. It's the same job. Push his truck in the corner, and you
Hmm.
don't see your truck for 3 4 months.
Man, people don't even realize. I
Because
mean,
me,
when you're trying to get parts for these trucks, that's the thing that's so difficult now, man. Is it's not just the planning on what kind of equipment you get, but when you even think about trailers, like what kind of rim size are you going with? Because you need serviceability at a truck stop, not just a third party, you know, regular car dealer that's got some tires. You have to be able to plan through all of those things. And I'm looking at some guys that have no experience coming in. They get their own authority going, they get their company going, and I'm like, man, the amount of courage you got to have, the amount of balls you got to be carrying, because I'm telling you, man, like I'm like, bro, it would, it's impressive the amount of stuff you don't know until it happens. And the trucking industry is one of those beautiful things because when you find out it's in the middle of Montana, it's freezing, it's snowing, you don't live there, you're from South Florida, that's when you find out exactly what you did not do and what you did do correctly. And when that tow bill comes, or when you're trying to recover yourself, or, you know, it's like, man, it doesn't even dawn on some people until it happens. And then it's like, what do you do now? How do you recover? How do you get out of that situation? And I think that's
Hmm.
hard.
wait,
Well,
wait, wait. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. All my mouth, I know you finna say something. Wait a minute. Who the hell are you? Howler K. What you do? You got some trucks? Wait a minute, hold up. We ain't properly introduced it because you sound like you know some stuff. What hold up? We got you on here. Hold up. This dude just talking stuff. We don't know nothing about you. Really, really,
Hmm.
really. You got some truck. You know something about moving the truck.
Yeah, I mean,
You did that before.
we have trucks and we hire and stuff like that, but that's, I'm not gonna promote that because I'm gonna
Y'all
let the,
hiring right now? I need a job.
yeah, but I tell you this, I mean, I know that Ohio Hollers Holland is Ohio Holler is hiring tonight, so if y'all are wanting to get a job tonight, that's who you hit up because I'm telling you, I
You on the
mean,
run.
we're always hauling and we're always hiring, and that's always a game that's going to happen in trucking, but I will tell you, I mean, we run our own trucks now. We run everything from hot shots to semis. We dispatch some third party guys that we do on the side and stuff like that. No different than all miles. Um, but, you know, it's not really about that tonight. I mean, you're hiring all miles, and that's where I would encourage, I mean, folks that want to get into CDL, I paid attention to the lives. I pay attention to your ability to dispatch these folks and to know your area, to know your lanes. And so I would encourage anybody, if you're trying to get on with a decent company that's going to take care of you, All Miles knows what they're doing, man. Like, they're going to take care of you. They're going to treat you right. I mean, there's nothing to it. As far as coverage 6, yeah, we hire, we run a brokerage, we run stuff
That's
like
the
that.
beautiful thing about trucking, Danny. There's plenty of work out here for all of us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm more about building bridges than destroying them. So it doesn't matter. You can go work for Danny. You can come work for us. You can go down to Hotshot Haven. We got all
And
parts of,
you can come down here, but like I say,
but also no, you're not
I'm
going to be
a
able
little
to
bit
hide. So
different.
if you come over here and burn a
Yeah,
bridge, you're
you
not going to be able to
can't.
go over there and burn a bridge.
That's
Nah,
the
and then
that's the crazy
and
thing
then
about
I
YouTube,
think I'm
man.
part of the hiring process anyway.
Jonathan, they don't even know we talk, man. They don't even know we have communications, you know, and that's
Yep.
What you say now?
crazy. Is like, I have people that come to me and I know where they came from and I recognize the company name. And then when you go to pull up the record and you call the company owner because you know him, and it's like, you know, you're talking to him and he's like, man, you know, decent, but you know, this is a situation we had. I would say this, man. Yeah, we hire, we do that. We've been out here. I've done everything from, you know, end dump, cattle, hot shot, flatbed. Uh, I've done some van work, but now I mean, I got to the office portion of it because I wanted to grow it. And then my biggest thing on my channel now isn't so much the strapping and securing and binding and chaining, because there's so many people that do that. It's trying to get you from that level where you've got a little bit of time and you want to expand, you want to grow, you want to do what Ohio Haulers is doing. They're growing rapidly. And to know how to streamline your compliance, how to streamline that hiring process, how to streamline that situation, and how to deal. Because what people, I guess, don't understand is when you lease on, if you break down, the person responsible to do that load and recover that is the carrier. And no matter what you want it to be,
Oh.
they gotta come get you.
Yep.
So, you know, they gotta have a plan in
Okay.
place for that.
Hey, now, true enough, if you ain't maintain your equipment and you ran a 700-mile load, 200 miles and broke down, you might not get all your money, but the carrier will come and get that load.
That's it.
Exactly.
You
Somebody's
might
got a
miss
bill.
somebody. Yeah, somebody got to pay, but at the same time, that's called strength in numbers. Strength in numbers and running a tight area, man. These guys really know their lane, and that one thing I say a lot of time, keeping it in between the mayonnaise and the mustard. These two gentlemen know how to keep it in between the mayonnaise and mustard. They know how to stay in their lane. They run their areas and they maximize what they can do with their customer base in their area with their trucks. And I like that because, see, one thing these two gentlemen understand that a lot of people don't understand is how to maximize a truck, how to push a truck to the limit. If the driver can make it, we can make a certain number. We can engineer a number every month. Can you do it? That's the
Well,
that's the thing. I tell my own operator, we man, you want to make 30,000? That we doing. You want to make 25? That we doing. You want to
Hey,
make 40,000? That we doing.
there's guys
Can you
asking
run it?
there's guys asking questions of who's hiring and what's hiring. So for the guys that are new to the live in the past few minutes, that number that you see under the Hot Shot Haven, 419-951-6315, that is the phone number to Ohio Hauler LLC in Willard, Ohio. That is our trucking company, big family trucking company that, you know, when I say family, it's all family. Danielle and I are the only two that are the only adopted two. The rest of the group in there is family. So, um,
where is it now? It's down here. That number.
oh, it's
Okay.
down here now. Yep. So give
Very
us a call if you have a truck 2015 or newer, and you have some decent maintenance. If you could do that's a big recommendation. If you could do your own maintenance and stuff like that, you'll be really successful. And signing on with Ohio Hauler LLC, you're going to be trained by me. So that's a big deal, I think,
Hey,
because
that's
I
a
have the
real
recipe.
big deal.
I have the recipe, and I say it all the time. It came from the Hot Shot Haven, man. So,
Well, guys
you know,
shouldn't be.
That's a
Nobody
real
should be
big deal.
hiring you. Nobody should be hiring you on, or you know, like you should. If you get hired on, man,
And
one of the
just send
questions,
you, just send
just
them.
one of the questions you need to ask your carrier is what kind of counseling, what kind of mentorship comes along with getting hired on, because at the end of the day, just getting a job man, if all you need is a job, bro, there is 1,000 of them a day. And if you need to
Everybody
get,
hiring.
yeah, I mean, if you want to get on with somebody that's going to teach you how to get where they are and is selfless enough to show you that, man, that's people those are folks you need to engage with, because there's not too many people teaching the game the way it needs to be taught enough for you to actually put it to work and make it applicable so you can actually be on that level. That's where my beef is with half of the crap I see on YouTube, man, because
Yes,
it's
sir.
like you're teaching guys pipe dreams, and I don't sell pipe dreams. This ain't Disneyland. I ain't trying to give you a fallacy. This is real life. And if you follow the proper steps, do your numbers right, and work with folks that can help you and watch for you, then you'll be in good shape, man. So y'all would be in good shape. Go to Ohio Holler, man, get on board with them and let them teach you not only how to be successful as an owner operator, but show you how to get to their level at some point too. That's the whole point of doing this, is that you can actually move up and progress on different phases and different stages. It's not just to get a job, man. Everybody needs a job. That's too easy.
Yeah. We want you to be a part of the family, and I really mean that deep down. It's having a motor carrier authority is a big deal, and it needs to be protected at all costs. I'll give you. I don't really tell anybody about this, but this is how I knew it was real. On my birthday, June 22nd, 2021, that was my last inspection. I've only had 2 inspections my whole trucking career, and I've never had a traffic violation or a ticket or DOT out of cert. None of that. I don't play that, right? So my birthday, I was home and I had just overhauled my whole trailer. Every freaking piece on that thing was brand new. And there's a scale house right down the street from me. And as I entered that scale house, they pulled me in. I'm like, man, I don't ever get pulled in. What's going on? I had a right turn signal out on my trailer. I didn't plug the cord in all the way, just a little bit. It was hanging out just a little bit. And he says, I got to place you out of service. He's like, I'm not going to give you 10 hours, but you can fix it. You can go. He went in the van. I climbed underneath the truck, found the problem immediately, and went back up to the van and knocked on the window. I was like, sir, just my plug wasn't in all the way. And he was like, I said, could you just give me the benefit of the doubt based on our carrier safety score? Like, we don't mess around. We don't get violations and stuff. We don't, like, that's not our thing. And he didn't say it was because of my birthday that he let me go, but he let me go, man. And it was based on the carrier safety score. And that's what I really need you guys to understand when you're signing on with a carrier. That safety score is everything. That safety score gets you through the scale house. If you have pre-pass, which I'm probably going to mandate, if you have pre-pass and you got a decent safety score, you're not even going to go in the scale house half the time.
It's going to bypass you like 85% of the time.
Yeah. So now, it's just stuff that I've learned over the past couple of years that are going to further streamline our processes. And I think we're going to do well, especially with all you guys, man, knowing that I can call you guys at any time if I have a truck blow up and vice versa. Dude, that's the best. That's the best reassurance that one can have.
Man,
and so that's why I say, man,
got my number. No, they can call me if some stuff go down and you down by my area. I could be way in South Dakota somewhere. I got people that know people that know people. We're going to get your truck out the side of the
yes,
road.
we are. Yep.
And get what? It's not going to cost you $2,500 to do it. And I got somewhere safe to lock it up.
Well, and that's the thing, man, is it's the old school way, and people may not know this, but the old school way, like if you go in some of these old school truck stops, you'll see a round table sitting up there where the wait staff wait on you, like a bar. And that round table used to be a place where state troopers, truck drivers, police officers, EMS, fire, medical, road crews, that's where they all used to congregate and sit around and discuss their industry, how to better their industry, how to get ahead in their industry. Now, times have changed, and that round table isn't, it's still there, but it's not as widely used. And so you have platforms like YouTube. And that's where this is a digital round table, if you will, of folks that are in the game that have seen the nonsense. I mean, there's questions I get sometimes, and it's like, man, I remember doing that when I was, 23 years old and got stuck in the snow. And I remember taking my 4x4s and breaking them down and using them for traction to get out of a drift. Like, I remember how to do that. And I can educate somebody on that, where there's people that, you know, if they don't know, man, like you don't know what you don't know. And in trucking, it can seem like a really big world initially until you get in it. And then it's really, really small because you see the same
Yep.
folks all the time. I see the
Mhm.
same folks every day. But that's all this should be, man. A round table to help you. I mean, there should be no reason you're in Texas and in a bind and we can't come to the rescue or help out. Like that's,
Somebody.
yeah,
We'll
somebody
figure it
knows
out. One
somebody.
of us is going to figure it out. There's no doubt
And
about it.
that's why I say it's so big to keep your integrity intact and just keep it 100 out here in the industry. And you know what I'm saying, be a person that your word actually means something. When you say something, it actually counts for something. People can honestly say if he says he's gonna come get my truck off the side of I-55 in 2 hours, that in 3 hours my truck will be wherever he's taking it to because mission has been accomplished. You know, things like that. And like I said, being able to have a level of integrity where you haven't screwed everybody you know. So you can call somebody. I mean, there's a lot of people that do this stuff. They got a hell of a following, but in real life in trucking, they can't call that many people to do anything because
Yep.
it's gonna be a misunderstanding because you already just messed that bridge up, can't go back across. You can't swing that same door two, three, four times because they ain't gonna let you swing that door. They're gonna try to close your fingers in the door if they can.
That's the fallacy of YouTube, buddy. That's the fun stuff that I like watching because when I see some of the channels and some of the stuff that gets posted, I'm like, man, go back and look. I mean, think about it. If a guy's got 6 months experience, or if a guy's got 6 weeks of experience, or they got a year of experience, should you really be following that piece of advice? The guy's got 6 months and 6 weeks. You know, I mean, and you think about where they're at, you got to realize like the information they're giving you is only limited by the amount of experience they have. And so far, it's 6 weeks. And some of these guys, man, they got a hell of a following, and it's a lot of people getting touched, you know, with education and with the input of the information. But it's how accurate is that information that you're getting, and how valid is that a year from now, 6 months from now, two
Yeah.
years from now?
Hey,
Here's a
hey, and
question.
get what?
I
Go
want
ahead.
to answer
Go
this
ahead.
question because it's pretty important. Um,
Go ahead.
let me see what it is here. We're curious. This is my Aunt Joanne, by the way. Thank you for being in here. That's pretty cool. I really
Hey,
appreciate
Aunt
that.
Joanne, we
It says
love
we're
you.
curious. This is really, really, really important question. We're curious how hot shots deal with snowstorms like we're having now. Um,
Avoid them.
yeah, you
Driver
avoid them. Like
discretion
here, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna.
and driver discretion too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's driver discretion. Now with our company, we don't. If it's dangerous and you're like, if you're from the south and you don't know what ice is right now, you're going to have a tough time. So we just tell everybody to go very, very slow. If you don't feel comfortable, park the truck, man. We're not, like I said, safety is everything. We're not going to have you risk your life and freedom for that load. Most of the time you can get it there the next morning just as fast, anyways. I mean, it's really, I've had to shut down once myself. Last year I shut down once, and that was only because Pennsylvania shut the roads down. I don't stop unless the state says stop or the federal government says stop. So it
well,
really just depends on your driving skill. If you're good in the snow, like the guys that sign on with us that are from up in the Northeast and the Midwest, they trudge right through it like it's nothing. Like myself, keep going.
You know I'm a
But guys
beast in
that
the
from the
snow.
South, no, we're not at any point in time gonna tell you to do something unsafe. And that is the bottom line.
well, it's your federal, I mean, as a driver, right? It's your federal obligation to determine what's safe, right? Because you have a duty. Your duty is to drive the load and deliver the load in a safe and timely fashion. And if you, in your honest opinion, feel like it is not safe or not permissible to pass, then it's within your rights to go ahead and say no to that. And the carrier legally cannot do a dang thing about it,
Mm-hmm.
and neither can the customer, neither can anybody. It's called an act of God for a reason. It's an act of God. And the only thing I would suggest with the weather conditions is, if you're out there on the road and you're even 60,000 pounds and under, you're light. You're very light on the ice.
Say that again. Please
Yeah.
say
Mm-hmm.
that
I
again.
mean, you're not as heavy as you think you are. And there's videos right now on 95 where full loaded semis are getting pushed across ice by still wind while they're sitting stopped. What does it tell you? So For us, the way we work it out is part of your dispatching may not be just monetarily based. It may be based around where the snowstorms or where the conditions of the road are. I mean, I'm not going to run you into a system, a storm system, if I don't have to. I mean, if I can take, if it takes a little bit cheaper freight to move you into an area and avoid the travesty of weather, then we're going to try to do that. But at the end of the day, you know, with the winter weather that we're going to deal with, you have a right to say no. Be smart enough to say no. Be smart enough to slow down. The biggest thing is it's not a beating heart. You're not delivering a kidney. You're delivering plywood or a building material or some steel. It's nothing that
Ain't
they
racing.
can't wait a day on. Like they'll get over it. They may yell, but as a carrier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to tell them very politely and respectfully, sir, the driver has a legal right and an obligation to deliver it safe. If they determine that the conditions on the roadway are unfit to do so, then we as a carrier cannot force them to do anything. So we're not going to force them to haul that at this time or deliver it through that snow. They will deliver it as soon as possible. And that's it. Just leave it at that. Let them be. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
Point seen, money gone.
I
Point
avoided
seen,
the
money
weather
gone.
on this
Ain't
one.
nothing else to
Believe it or
really say
not,
about it.
I'm in a place that none of you guys, you wouldn't even be able to guess because there's no way he's going over
Man,
there.
y'all. Man, look at this. Man, this dude right here be listen to him. Where you at? Where
Long
you at?
Island. Long Island.
No.
I'm right on the edge of the storm.
Silly, just as silly as he can be. Man, I don't know what. He called me with some of the weirdest shit sometimes and said, man, that man's just silly, man. Tell him what you're doing. It pay good. Go ahead.
He's got
Whatever.
the patience. He's got the patience of
He
a monk.
crazy though. He crazy though. He about like me. He'll put them chains on, take them off, put them back on, take them off, put them back. Man, go on. Tell him what you're
Actually,
doing.
we don't go anywhere that requires chains. Our company does not go any
Oh,
here.
okay.
That's another big thing that you guys should know. We don't we stay east of the Mississippi, Georgia, and up.
Okay.
So we don't go up into New York. Actually, the same exact lanes Danny runs. We don't go up into New
That
York
that
State, east of Buffalo, unless there's
that little
a
map
reason
we've
for
been
it.
talking about for that little map we've been talking about for a long time.
Huh?
I didn't hear a
I
word
said
you said.
that's that little map we've been talking about for a long time. And it's a good map. It works. It's a hell of a spot. I mean,
I mean,
it's
we'll
I
run where they require change, but if you have to throw them, we're done. Like that day we stop. I mean,
I
I just
I
don't.
said
I'll avoid
I said
Colorado, Idaho.
I don't do that. I just don't believe in it. Even as far as my requirements with my company on tarps. Like my thing is all about the discretion of that particular owner operator. Even when I spec people's equipment out and we get materials and equipment and tarps and stuff, I say, hey man, my biggest question is, how far do you feel comfortable falling? And people like, man, what the heck you mean? I said, man, I do 6 foot tall for a reason, bro, because I'd have tarped a lot of loads. I'd have tarped 10 foot tall load before. I'd have tarped 8 foot tall load before. And when you add a 10 foot tall load to a 3 foot tall trailer, your feet are 13 feet off the ground. You 6 foot tall, your head about 19 feet off the ground. That's just a little too far for me to fall and think that I'm gonna make it out okay. So I stop at 6 feet. And like I say, you may look at it like, hey man, I'll do 8 feet. If that's your prerogative, that's what you want to do. You'll get more loads. You could tarp 8 feet all day. I'm just not pushing anybody to do anything that they feel is unsafe, and that's one of the biggest things as a company owner. When you lease onto these different companies and you run under a number, the number one thing that the IRS, the IRP office asks you when you get a truck plate or you add something to your number is who is responsible for safety.
Me.
And the person that's responsible for safety is not the owner operator. We responsible for training you to be safe and making sure you know everything you need to know to do the job correctly and go home with some money. But I will say this, man. These two guys, my guy, All Mile Matter, Joe. He's a veteran. hauling cash. It go without saying that he's also a veteran. But this a rare opportunity. I said it in the beginning. This doesn't happen often, and I'm a shamelessly plug our sponsor for the night, which is TAMS Trans Am Financing. We like to give them a shout out for being able to give us our money in less than 20 minutes. I like to get my money fast sometimes. Boy, I drop the load and be at the 595 truck stop and then get what you swipe the card and you pump 100 gallons at about a 55 cent savings. And when you pull the card out and you look at the load and you see what they took for factory and you see what you saved at the pump just did, you be like, something just happened for free. Oh man, get out of here. I know how to balance the book, don't it? Okay, well we ain't gonna hey, but yeah, I
I
appreciate
mean,
y'all for
to
coming
be
in to
honest, I
go
mean, to
hey.
be honest, that's the step past. That's that part of that step past that driving section is it. Every day you wake up should be, how can I save more? How can I reduce another cost? How can I increase my bottom line? How can I bring in more money? How can I fix this and change that and flip this and redo that? And every single day has to be something. And if you find your relationship with one particular entity isn't doing the job, you have to be wise enough to say, I love that relationship. However, you're not paying your dues correctly. We're going to go right over here.
But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and move past them. I mean, I've
hey,
I
hey,
fire
hey,
people randomly. I don't mean to fire people out of disrespect or hate. I don't break business agreements because I don't want to. I
Yeah.
break them out of business. You know, hey, I've got a savings of here. You offer this.
fire your ass
I
again.
need you to be better than that. And if you can't do it, then adios. Have a good day. You know, plain as day. I mean, I love
Hey,
business relationships,
and
but
And I'm gonna say this. This a tech tip, a little gem, a Drew. I want to drop on the non-CDL and the CDL high shot guy about what I just said that might have flew over your head. Now, true enough, I just plugged some factoring stuff, but at the end of that, I told y'all about pulling up to the fuel stop. I pull up at the 595 truck stop in Florida. Y'all
Hey,
didn't
got
hear
a
me say I pulled
Benny
up
just
at the
hit you hard.
petrol.
yeah. Benny just gave
Benny
you
just
Yeah.
a
hit you hard.
hot
Benny,
shot, Benny.
flexing that scat pack money, buddy.
Oh shit! Skinny dip, man. That's a whole lot of tacos, and that's a whole lot of food for the homeless. I appreciate you, bro. You know what's going on up in here. But like I was saying, you notice I didn't say petrol. You notice I didn't say TA. You notice I didn't say Flying J. You notice I didn't say love. I said the 595 truck stop. This the beauty of this tab card right here. It got all them odds. See, this is good for the hot shot guy. If you want to start out hot shot, that mud flap app and this right here, that tab card right there gonna send you to them mom and pop, not so big, not so super large truck stops, which are already about 30 cents cheaper than the big brand. And
Right.
then you swipe your card and save about another 42. So you just pay 70 cents on 100 gallons, which is $70. They may have charged you a factoring fee of $15, $20 for that load. It sounds like you just pulled up pump diesel and
Hey,
made money.
and
Lord
if
hallelujah.
you can pay that bill with your cashback rewards credit card and pay that sucker off and take
Yeah,
that cash back
I
and
do
put
that every month.
it in a retirement account, you might have just gotten your retirement paid for and maxed out for
But
free every year.
Hey,
I
hey,
mean,
man, stop telling these folk about how to get them free bands. This channel ain't about how to get them free bands. Is it? Yes,
hey,
it is.
all I can tell you is that a Roth IRA gets maxed out every single year, paying basic bills with a cashback reward credit card, and that means the bank invested on my behalf for me. I didn't have to invest my own.
there
So
you go.
as long as they're going to invest for me,
We
that's
made the
a.
bank work. We
Uh,
ain't getting the bank for less, yo.
I
No
mean,
less, yo.
the bank has my money to begin with. If they're going to loan against it, I might as well get a piece back. So
Hey, hot shot, Benny says, "Are you hiring non-CDL? Are we are we
no,
leasing on non-CDL owner operators?" I say this with hesitation. Yes, but I can't say for how much longer. Because when you get to this size, you have to limit your liability in every which way you can. And I'll be honest, man, like I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, but non CDL guys don't have as much to lose as a CDL guy does. Now, granted, we get problems on both sides. We get CDL guys that say they know what they're doing, come out here and bump their head. We get same thing with non-CDL guys, but the CDL guys do have a lot more to lose, because with the non-CDL guys, if they get a violation at the scale house, the only person that loses is the carrier. There's the non-CDL doesn't have a CSA score. So that's my main reason to want to just it should just go away, honestly. If you don't have a commercial driver's license, you shouldn't be doing this work. And that's just how I look at it and how I feel. Now, I know I did it non-CDL for almost 2 years, but my second week out there, I couldn't stop saying how asinine it was. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I took a dually and derated it. Now, I did get lucky with that trailer and was able to raise it back up and use it for CDL work. So it played out in my favor, but dude, get your CDL.
I'm gonna justify what you just said a little bit, just to bring it in concept, because I don't want to really hurt nobody feeling. But I'm gonna say it like this, you guys. Um, from a owner operator standpoint of coming out with a limited setup and having the potential to gross less money, pay the same fees and stuff, you really shoot yourself in the foot. And for anybody that perhaps were to pass through, and really want to do it, and you end up getting leased on as a non-CDL hotshot, you should have really, really, really quick plans to be trying to get a CDL and upgrade everything, which brings you to another place to where now you're changing setups and buying new trailers, trying to flip a truck and all that stuff before you've actually seen any revenue off the equipment that you have. So, like I said, it's one of those things where if you're gonna seriously lease on to someone, you should be in the avenue to make as much money as you can in the fastest amount of time you can. So you want to put a setup together. And I tell you like this: if you have not bought a truck yet and you serious about CDL hotshot, get you a 5500 series truck. It could be a cab and chassis with the extra fuel tank I already own it from the factory, and then go buy you another extra fuel tank and put it on the back of there.
The
Because you
biggest
can't
the
never
biggest
have
thing
too much fuel.
the biggest thing people overlook with non-CDL isn't really about not having a CDL. It's about the fact that when you lower the barrier to entry into anything, you're going to have more people influxing into that market. And then what happens is, originally Hotshot was a niche market to begin with, and now you've exploded it and you swole. But what people don't understand is you can go get a CDL and conduct non-CDL operations. We take non-CDL weight all the time. It's just that when our drivers are going across the board or getting inspected or getting looked at, we're getting a pass. We're getting, they would rather find the guy that came in with a very low barrier of entry, who doesn't know enough, who we can stick a $150 fine on, rather than the guy who took the extra step to go through that. And that's the idea in the industry for us, is capacity.
Mm-hmm.
It's never not been capacity. I mean, now granted, some of the non-CDL runs pay well, but you can't bankroll a business on the fact that there may be that one particular hitter that helps you get through. You have to be able to say, I'm going to give myself all opportunities to be successful, every one of them, no matter what that may be. And if that includes a CDL, then so be it. But not doing it, it's not like you got a discount. They didn't go, oh, non-CDL, here's your dollar off for fuel, and here's your $3,000 off for insurance. No, none of that went anywhere.
And and I'm gonna tell you this: when you go from thinking like a driver to think about a company owner, and you look at the expenses of everything, you see how the deal was laid out that All Mile Matter brought to y'all about how Ohio hauler works. You'll come to see that a lot of things are more expensive as a percentage. Listen to me good, as a percentage of what you're gonna make. So the insurance on a non-CDL high shot and the insurance on CDL high shot is not that much difference, but in a lot of cases, you'll see that the CDL holder with experience and a clean MVR is going to get a better rate than the guy just coming off the street with a pickup truck and saying he's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Even with an established carrier, you become sort of a burden to that carrier. And sometimes you won't even get hired. You won't get brought on just because of that expense and the change in the business model. Because these people are established, they're not just going to change what they're doing, and they're not going to pay an extra $1,000 a month to have you on to make less money off of you. So, you like I
Mm-hmm.
say, this it's a business. I mean, and like I say, you want to not limit yourself. If you can come out CDL, get your 5500, get your 40 foot, get your air ride, get your lift trailer, get everything that you can get to be a profitable. Get your winch. It's some stuff out there pay $7 a mile if you got a winch.
But the thing
You
is,
got
I
a
mean,
winch, man. Shoot.
the fallacy is that hotshot, non-CDL hotshot saves you money. And what people don't understand is that non-CDL hotshot may save you money initially upon barrier to entry, but you're going to pay more for dispatch. You're going to pay more. You're going to take more time to get dispatched. And that time equates to money, right? So if I'm paying a dispatcher and the dispatcher is going to dispatch you and you take 3 hours and my semi takes 5 minutes, then the cost now gets incurred. And as you're dispatching yourself as a non-CDL, you have to be even more stringent, even more specific, even more reduced. And it takes more time. And that time actually equals money, guys. I mean, it's not free.
Mm-hmm.
So just to say that, well, non-CDL is cheaper. Okay, on the visible side that you can see up front at first impressions, yes. Over the long run, in getting inspected, getting harassed, looking at longer times to get dispatched, taking more issues with trying to move less weight for more money. You're trying to get them to pay more money to move a smaller product. And that right there in and of itself is a complicated thing to do. So in my opinion, don't take just first impressions and think that, well, non-CDL is just cheaper, because ultimately you'll find out over the long run it costs you more than if I could dispatch all my semis myself and be out of
Mm-hmm.
work off for the day by 10 a.m. every day. Like, I'm out the door. Gone. Took care of
Yeah,
them for
like
a
two
week.
hours, like two and a
Yeah.
half, 2.5
Mm-hmm.
hours.
Yeah. For a week. Be done. They're booked
And
out.
And that's why I said earlier, like, the girls in the office with the CDL stuff or non-CDL stuff, they've gone home in tears because they couldn't find you a load that day, or which is rare, but when it does, man, these girls are take this stuff to heart. This is not, like I said, you got a squad, you got a team behind you coming over here to Ohio Hauler. So please know that, and please know that our DOT number 319-2982. That's a good number to have on the side of your door. Very clean, very clean. So, and like I said, it's a big deal, but it's a
Well,
big
hey,
deal to have a good safety score when you run through that scale house. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you the amount of benefit that has. I mean, it takes you a long time to realize that. You're like, man, why? Oh, it's the safety score. No wonder why. Like,
I
so.
tell anybody, I tell anybody, it takes the paper to make the truck move. And that's what you're getting when you lease on with guys. You're getting the experience and you're getting a whole heck of a lot of paper that it takes to make that truck do what it does, and a whole lot of compliance stuff, a whole lot of just people at home trying to make your life better. And that's what it's really about when you talk about company owners that really understand what it is to have people's livelihood, their family in your hand. And like I said, you'll see video people talk about $10,000 on a truck and stuff like that. You're looking at people that actually engineer that. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at three guys that understand how to make that happen. And we're not just gonna use that number. I say 7,500 on a good week. We know how to engineer that repeatedly. And that's something that you can't get from just YouTube University and some people telling you what's the best load board or what's the best this. That's all helpful. That's stuff that you need to know and learn to use effectively in your business to further your business. But to be a person that absolutely recognizes a pattern when it strikes, I'm talking about instantly. Hauling cash, you look at them lows and you know that's a week worth of money right there. As soon as you look at it, you like, oh, that's that same shipper again. They coming out with another batch of that stuff.
hey,
And it's like
and I
it's
tear
like
through
call
it,
them and
man.
book 15 of them. I don't care.
I tear them up too, man. I mean, a lot of my stuff, like when I'm booking freight, my drivers will call and I'll hang up on you in 5 minutes. I mean, I don't have
Yep.
time when I'm booking freight because I'm trying to literally align all of the week's worth of money in
It's like bang,
one
bang, bang,
session.
bang, bang. I'm
And I
like, I
don't,
need to
you
get,
know,
yeah.
and I'm on the
Two,
phone. And what
three
people don't
phone
understand is
calls.
I hang up on people before they say goodbye. Like they'll be like, okay, well, and I'm off. I'm gone racing.
Boom.
You know,
they trying to stretch their conversation out. None of that.
I can't talk to you about the weather in Philly because I don't care what the weather in Philly is. What I care is that you have a load in Philly and I need to pull that load right now. So I don't, you know, it's, and just realize when you guys get into this and you're watching these YouTube channels and they're giving you this education on how much money they put together, there is a team involved. It is, when I was doing it one-man band, I could put $7,000-8,000 in a trailer, but I was working constantly before driving, after driving, while driving, through driving, at nighttime, you know, and it was like I get up 3 hours early just to make sure I was on the load board, book a load, do a rate con, do a carrier packet, do all these things, then get on the truck, then drive, then actually try to get it done. And as soon as I'd unload, be back on the board again. And that work that's going into it, yeah, it's engineered, man. It's a lot of work.
I signed my Tuesday pickup this morning by 9:30 this morning. I signed my Tuesday pickup rate come my doggone self, man. This stuff don't stop. You gotta be on the grind all the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're home hanging out with your family, I mean, I'm here right now. I'm about to jump off because I see dinner. But at the same time, you know, when you've got sessions like this, you've got things to do, people to talk with, money to earn, things to learn and earn. You know, you've got to be focused on that consistently. And I mean, when I'm up at 5 a.m., there's nobody in my house that wants me to be up at 5 a.m., you know. But when you decide to get into this business for yourself, everybody there is the reason you work.
Hotshot Benny just asked a really good question.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Very
check
good.
that question. Hotshot Benny. That's for what you call it, cause it's some setups and some stuff going on. Go ahead, all my matter.
And thank you for that $300 super chat too, Benny.
Yeah, he smashed out.
Unbelievable,
up in there, man. That's a whole Yokohama right there. He put in the yeah. For real. He burning ties and burning out for the homeless. I appreciate you, Hotshot Benny, because that show gonna feed some people. That's a lot of sandwiches, bro. For real.
Okay, so Hotshot Benny says, if an owner operator decided to lease on, do they have to be dispatched by the company, or could they have free will? That's a good question. With Ohio Hauler, we don't allow self-dispatching, and one of the main reasons is safety. Okay, we're going to keep that truck moving for you. So before you drop that load off, that's why communication is key. When you're loading, send a text. Loading, unloading. I mean, you by the minute, because once you put that load on your trailer, we're already looking for your next one. So you're not going to. I mean, there's guys out there who'll self-dispatch. You're not going to make any more money. Actually, you're probably going to make less because we got 7 eyes, 8 eyes on the board to year one, and you're driving all day. So no, we don't do that. No,
we don't either.
You can't see as a driver.
Yeah, we don't either, man. I mean, that's something that we and we do it not based on safety. We're based on financials. Are we gonna get paid tomorrow? And that's the thing that, you know, I've seen guys that take loads like COD loads, and they don't take guaranteed cash. Like, and then they drive 3,000 miles and they get told that, hey, we got a check for you. Well, by the time you enter the check in that business, it's gone. So for us personally, we want to know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and we want to know who you're doing it with, because at the end of the day, if you're moving the load for a company, now I self-dispatched when I was with a company because the dispatchers were literally putting $2,000, $3,000 a week on my truck. And I was out killing myself week on end. And I was like, look, man, I'm either leaving or I can self-dispatch and go through your credit check. And they allowed me to do that. What happened? I learned the game. I figured out I was making double what they were doing. And I was like, hey, I'm done with it. The way I also realized was it added encouraged stress to me. And and in my opinion, if you're paying a percentage to lease on, that's half the stress that they should be battling on your behalf that you should never have to deal with.
Yep.
So I personally don't allow it, but you know, I know there's probably companies that will.
Let the folk do their job, man.
You know?
Yep, let them do their job. And what's good about that is once your dispatcher knows you, boy, look out. You know what I mean? Once they get you down and can trust you and can trust that you're going to be where you say you're going to be, then you're golden.
Hey, I got a story, y'all. and I know you got to eat and stuff, but I got a story that gonna really shed some light on something Holland Cash just said about a particular load. It's a COD load. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had your own authority, if you own an operator and you self-dispatch yourself, if you know perhaps that you don't have enough money put up, you don't feel financially secure enough to absolutely run the load that they're talking about for free, don't even indulge in it. Don't and do not. And I'm gonna tell you what happened to me when I first started. Well, not when I first started. I had been out here about a year. I had my money together. I felt like I could stand it. I didn't really think that I would be losing any money when I took the deal or whatever. But it was an instance where I was going from Mississippi to Laredo, Texas. And if y'all watched the video a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago about the no-go zones and stuff with a non-CDL hotshot, you know Laredo is a capacity town. Laredo is a poor city. Laredo move weight. So I was going down there with a disadvantage anyway, but I had kind of plotted my way out. I was talking up on something that I didn't really know what it was. It ended up being an awesome load after that. But when I got down there, I'm gonna tell y'all, I pulled up with the truck, ready to unload. We had three guys. We're not gonna say what origin they from, but we was down there by the border, and they didn't speak any English. Okay, so I pull up, I ask for my money. No habla English, no English. Okay. First of all, I'm infuriated because I just drove like 2 days and to get down here. So like no habla English. Okay, so they think that I'm finna unload this truck and nobody knows anything about this money. No, I'm not finna do that. So y'all can't get none. So they get on the phone, talk to their people, and they people supposed to be sending me the money. So I'm like, okay, they gonna send me the money. Okay. I said I want cash. I don't want no check. I want cash because this already feeling shady. I'd have been here 4 hours and this stuff ain't right. And I got that iron on me. I don't want to do nothing to nobody, but this getting serious because it's getting dark out here and I'm on the side of a road. You know what I'm saying? So I sit and wait a little while longer. They get the money from across where they were to across where I'm at. And get what? The money was in peso.
Oh,
So
Right,
now,
you would have seen that truck and trailer turning northbound
man,
toward Houston, Texas, and that sucker. You would have gotten a note, and it would have said, "Hey, listen, we put a lien on your equipment for exactly what you owe us, and we're going to charge you storage fees if this doesn't magically turn into a U.S. dollar bill." And I specify that when we do COD, we actually do because they don't ask you all the time. We now specify that we take it in U.S. currency. Do not show. I've had guys try to show up with business checks
man,
and all these stories about, man, we're good for it. I don't care. I
I
don't
had
care. You
hmm
knew I was coming for 3 days. You can
3 days,
find a bank to get you
man.
some cash. I don't care what that is. So
Then they come back. It's like 6:30 in the evening with the pesos. Now it's paper money, but it's pesos. I can't do nothing with that. I don't know what to do with that. So now I got to hunker down, just me and my good old truck and my big ass pistol on the side of the road in Laredo overnight. I had a little food with me, let the truck run overnight, locked up in there, not knowing if these people gonna double back and try to just take it. You know what I'm saying? That's a precarious position you in when you got high value cargo, which it was. It was some
hmm
oil field. It's some oil field type equipment, but it wasn't for the oil field. It was just some side people that do some stuff. So I don't know who these people are, and I'm waiting on the side of the road till the next morning till they can come give me my cash. And that led me into because of that layover, I got a load out of San Antonio, which ended up being the Harriet Tubman statue that I got to move, and it just made it to Philadelphia for Martin Luther King Day, and they gonna kick it over there in the city of brotherly love with that exhibit. I was the first person to ever touch that, the first person to ever see it when out there was made, and that was a great thing. But I tell you, it took a hard couple of days of sitting down there not knowing if I was gonna get paid, and it was like a $3,400 moment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no just no. It was a real moment. You know what I mean? Where you really have to say, is this worth it? And what can I do? And Holland Cash gave y'all a great tip about what to do, because the commodity is the commodity. We are
Mhm.
holding it hostage until these demands are met.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even try to hold it hostage from you. I'm just telling you blatantly, straight out, just the same way if you get your car serviced at a mechanic and you fail to pay your bill, your car
Mhm.
doesn't leave the mechanic shop. That load is the same thing on my trailer. It does not leave the mechanic shop, doesn't leave that trailer, no matter what you want it to do. And it's I do it very cordially, very respectfully, but at the same time, it's very well known that you're going to pay up front because I'm not going to deal with it. We don't, and then what I do, the most used button in my system is on truck stop, and it's a little red circle with an X through it. That is the most used button in my system because I block them people like crazy. If you mess with me one time, I will
Mhm.
block you for life, and I
Got
don't
one
care if you
time lie to
have
me.
credit back.
You got
That's
one
it.
time to do some
Only
funny
takes
business
one.
with me. Yep.
Hey, I'm
We
gonna jump off,
Me
man.
too.
I,
Me too.
I
It's
love
been
y'all to death.
awesome.
I hope everybody goes to Ohio Holler. You guys need to get on with somebody that knows what they're doing. Get
Yep.
on with people that know what they're doing, man. Watch Haven because I know Haven's killing it, and you've got to be checking the channel because I'm telling you, man. Between all of us, there's some information. Benny's in the chat too. You go check out Benny as well, man.
Check
Yep.
out
Yep.
Benny with they hustle itself over there. Enjoy it,
Actually,
man.
now,
Y'all
now,
praying for Benny and the boys over there too, cause they get some real snow. That's actually unusual. Counted. It's heavy. It ain't right. It's ice
yeah.
and some more stuff.
So we should probably say this before we go. Hot Shot Haven and I are going to the Dominican Republic for our birthday. So maybe we should get a couple
Oh
more.
yeah.
Maybe we should get a couple more on the trip.
Oh yeah. You
Hey,
want to go,
listen,
B?
I
You want
uploaded
to
the
go, B? You know,
SNO.
there'll be a lot of celebrity down there. You want to go? Call the cat. What's up?
Hey, if my wife's on the other side
International.
of this camera. She got a face looking at me like if we don't go, it's going to be a problem.
Yep. Yep.
If I look, anytime my wife hears the two words "free trip," that's all she needs to hear, man. So hey, I'm down,
That was
man. I'll upload
hey.
the SNO, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go have a good time, man. I like dark room just like anybody.
Come on,
Yep.
let get some fun in the sun, Benny. Bring the family, bring Pop, bring baby
There you
doll,
go.
and we gonna all bring our family. We gonna kick it and make a hell of a video too in the
Boy,
Yeah.
process.
probably
Yeah.
take over all the trucking for the Dominican Republic, man, in
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm trucking for the DR, baby. I'm trying to get my passport stamped yet one more time.
That's
Well,
it,
my
man.
Hey,
my birthday is the
look,
22nd. His is the 27th. So we just don't have a date yet. It's going to be somewhere in there. We'll
I
figure it
got a
out in the next
phone.
week.
I got a phone. All you gotta do is
Yep.
dial the number, man.
Yep.
I'll buy
Yep.
a flight and be gone.
All
I'm
right,
happy
guys.
with
Have
it.
a good night. I love you guys. I'm out.
You too, man. Watch
Talk to you
Haven.
tomorrow.
Watch Ohio Hollers, man.
love y'all,
I'll
man.
talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Later.
Oh, bye.
Yep. And we are almost done. We almost out of here, man. We'd like to say how much we appreciate you guys for coming in. Like I said, it's a bit unusual. You never really see this on YouTube where people come in with a legitimate company with some legitimate requirements, some legitimate freight, some legitimate staff, and some legitimate credentials that it take to make all this stuff happen. Shout out to Ohio Hauler, All Mile Matter, Hauling Cash, Big D. That's my guy right there, man. It's all about progression and doing a little bit better. Shout out to everybody that gave super chats, had comments, questions. Um, if we didn't get to it, we sorry about that. Let's see. We about to break it on off up in here. And Paul, you'll have to go back and catch it again, bro. But like I said, all the guys and gals that have been in here, and you know, all mile matter people, we sending love out and blessings to the families of the people involved with this broadcast. Everybody, my wife, my owner operators, Chicago Kane over there, the family, the wife, Devon over there, the family, the sons, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Appreciating everybody for doing what they do every day and continue to be diligent on their safety, their load securement, and just just really coming out here, staying on the grind all the time. You know what I'm saying? We all have obstacles. We all have shortcomings. And one of the biggest things this channel is here to do is help you work through them, see them sometimes before they occur and before it becomes a problem, rectify some of this stuff. So, like I say, man, we're gonna continue to drop this game and this knowledge about this trucking, and just try to support the trucking culture and support what this is to be out here and really be on the grind all the time. And sometimes it takes a leg up, a little help, sometimes a little light at the end of the tunnel where you might not have seen no light at the end of the tunnel. And we'll ask that if you would, check the description and get you some of the merch. That helps. And we always out here to help people, not just on the channel, but in real life. And we do give away a whole lot of food to the homeless every month. We do that, and the super chats and the sales from the merchandise, all that stuff gets recycled into sandwiches and food for the homeless, where we go out and give away 300 to 500 sandwiches, 200 to 300 sandwiches on a Saturday or Sunday to some people that may not perhaps were gonna eat that day. So, what I'm saying? It's always a blessing to be a blessing. It's always a blessing to be able to come and share some things with you that you may have not known. And one of the things you might have not known is that Ohio Haulers is hiring. Ohio Hauler LLC. If you want to catch them online, we got ohiohauler.com. You see that scroll across the bottom of your screen down there, ohiohauler.com. So you can check them out. It's a very reputable company. Like I said, they have a dispatch team. And like I said, you got your equipment, the willingness to go through the training process and really learn this job, and really be safe, and want to be successful. Hit them up. That's their office number, 419-951-6315. Again, that's 419-951-6315. And I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to check out the link in the description for the merch. Also, Tabs Financial, Trans Am Financial for your factory needs, fuel cards, load board needs. They do a lot of stuff, man. They business loans, a lot of things. Like I say, and don't forget to check the link out in the description on that. And also for your ELD needs, we have KeepTruckin ELD. And one thing I say in the videos that I had in the past about your new insurance safety audit, I love KeepTruckin ELD because it spits those reports out. They might want a whole month of work for your logs, and you can go through there and check it out, make sure it's good and clean, everything's nice, and press one button and it spits it out. So check out the link in the description and get $200 off. $200 off your equipment and your subscription by checking that link in the description. That's something I've been working with those guys for a long time. I don't really stress the link in the description too much, but it's something that can help some people with that factoring, that fuel card that they provide. I use this stuff, and like I said, I don't just really push it too much, but y'all check it out and make sure you check the link in the description. Those things can really help you on your way. And also, uh, stay tuning in to the channel. Go back, check out some videos. I put up a new playlist called Don't Get Caught Slipping series. Don't get caught slipping. And this video probably will end up in one of the playlists. It might be in that. But like I said, take what you can from whatever we have on here. This is a great platform. We appreciate everybody being here. If you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It does not cost you anything. I would suggest turn your notification on all. Do not put it on personal. If you put it on personal, you may not receive the notifications. And I do go live a lot. So if it's on personal, put it on all. Ring that bell. Don't forget to ring that bell. And if you got somebody that's interested in trucking, they got equipment, Class-A CDL, semi, some of that nature, and they feel like they want to lease onto a company that is on the grind all the time, and that money gonna be on time every time and in order, you might want to check out ohioholler.com. So until next time, appreciate you guys on the channel. We ask that you would give us a thumbs up, help the YouTube algorithm push the channel out a little bit further. Throw me a thumbs up in there if you would, subscribe, and stay tuned for more from the Hot Shot Haven.